Hello, everybody, and welcome to Speed Force Media. My name is Derek, and today we are talking about Scream 6 star Jenny Ortega shares that the upcoming sequel will respectfully deal with the absence of Neve Campbell's Sidney Prescott. But before we get into it, if you're a fan of horror, comic book movies, and TV in general, then please consider subscribing to the channel because that's all we talk about, and we do really appreciate it. In a recent interview with ET, franchise newcomer Jenny Ortega, whose character was introduced in the most recent film, reveals that Scream 6 will explain Sidney's absence in a respectful manner. While the star doesn't go into too many details about what fans can expect from the upcoming Scream movie, she does reveal that protecting Sidney's legacy was top of mind in the script, and for all of the actors involved. She went on to say, but it's very clear, there's references to Sidney, of course. You know, it's nice because there's still a protectiveness in the script, and that's something that the actors had naturally over her, because obviously we respect her and we want the best for her. She's missed and thought of. So whether you were a fan of the way that Neve Campbell was handled in the last Scream film or not, the fact that she's not going to be in this film, I think, is a bummer for sure. This isn't new news. This is something we've known for the last few months, and when we all heard it, whether you're a Scream fan or not, I think it left some questions in the air, like what are they going to do with the film and the franchise going forward. Although many details surrounding Scream 6 have not been revealed, the upcoming sequel is confirmed to be leaving Woodsboro for the very first time, with the story primarily set in New York City. This by itself goes a long way toward explaining Sidney's absence, sure, since Woodsboro is located across the country in California. It'll be interesting to see if they get just some throwaway comment like, oh yeah, Sidney's living in California or Woodsboro, and just because we're in New York, that's why she's not in the film, or if they'll have an interesting way of introducing a new killer's motive to reappear and reuse the same iconic ghost face mask, going after a new victim who is not yet connected or affiliated with Sidney. I say not yet because, after all, for all we know, this film could introduce Neve Campbell or Sidney Prescott's daughter, for all we know. Unfortunately, it's show business, not show friends, so that is the exact reason as to why Neve Campbell isn't going to be in this movie, is just not able to agree on a salary with the studio, and it sounds like Neve Campbell and the writers, the directors, producers, and the cast are on good terms. It doesn't sound like anything Neve Campbell has said within the last year has been directed towards anybody related to the film other than the studio itself, which is unfortunate because the studio is the one that is going to gain off of the box office of this film. So it'll be interesting if this one comes in last place, if it comes in less than the previous film. I'm just going to call them Scream 6 and Scream 5 just so we don't all go crazy. Or if Scream 6 will take a dip, not having that familiar face. I mean, you'll still have Courtney Cox's Gale Weathers, but without Sidney, without Dewey, I wonder what's going to happen. Maybe they'll still have a hallucination of Billy Loomis in there to just have some tie-ins throughout the first film. We saw that throughout the last film, Scream 5, little imitations or hallucinations of Billy Loomis, which I thought was interesting. I thought it worked for the movie. I don't know if they could keep going with that and keep that as a connective thread throughout future films, or if it would become stale, if it would become awkward. Maybe it was already awkward for some of you, but whatever you think, let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear what you think of these comments. Do you think they will actually be respectful towards Sidney? And do you think it'll be told in a compelling way? Or do you just think it'll be some throwaway line and just something that the fans will say, okay, that's their line and we can just move on from there? Whatever you think, let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you're a comic book movie fan, make sure to come back tomorrow as me and my wife Eleanor talk about our favorite comic book news this past week, the Speed Force Media podcast. And on Saturday, we're sitting down and watching Friday the 13th, part 1, in celebration of the new series announcement, Crystal Lake. And of course, this is going to be a special one for me because I'm a big Jason Voorhees fan and Friday the 13th fan, and my wife has never seen part 1. So it'll be a great, interesting watch. Hope to see you guys there. And until next time, have a great day.